My name is Johnson. I am from Computer Science Engineering and Department. My register number is URK18CS213. Today we'll discuss about experiment number 3 in operating system. First program is to check whether the entered number is palindrome or not. First we have to know what is palindrome and how to check that number when we enter a number, how to check that is a palindrome or not. First, the meaning of palindrome is a number which when we reverse that numbers also it it remains the same as well as we have entered the number. Palindrome is a number that remains the same when the number is reversed. That is known as palindrome. To know that properly, we will see one example. For example, the number is 101 when the user has entered the number as 101. For example, that is n. 101. When we reverse that number, also it remains the same as user has entered. That is known as palindrome. Let's do the program how it recognize when the user has entered that is palindrome and it is not a palindrome. First, echo is the input and output of the program, and read echo a program to find the number is palindrome or not. To know the program what we are discussing, we will enter the program as number is palindrome or not. Echo enter the number. It will ask the user to enter the number what he want to know, the number is palindrome or not. After entering the user, for example, the user has entered the number as 494. Now the 494 will be read by the command read, and it will read as 494. And the function we are doing here is reverse is the variable I am taking here, and echo $n. Echo means dollar means it will store the number of the user which he has entered. Now echo $n means echo 494 or reverse. Reverse is the inbuilt function. It will check the user has entered the reverse number or not. Or now again it will come to the if statement. If the 494 is equal to reverse number. Now if 494 is reverse, then it will store in the reverse variable. Now then we will check to the next step, that is 494 is equal to the reverse number or not. Then it will come to the statement, that is echo n is palindrome. Now it will check in the if statement if the user has entered the number is reverse number or not. It will check. If it is reverse, then the output will be yes, it is palindrome, or else it is not a palindrome. From the program we have learned that if the user has entered the number to the number is in reverse number or in the straightforward number, then to check that this program will help. This is the two steps to follow in this program, that is echo $n or reverse. Now the user has entered the n number, that is 494, and the 494 will be checked with inbuilt function reverse. And if it is whatever it is, for example, the user has entered the 102 number, that 102 number will be checked with the inbuilt function of reverse number. When we reverse that 102 number, the reverse number is 201. Now this is not a reverse number, then that 102 will be stored in reverse variable. Then it will check to the if statement, and the user has entered the number as 101. Then that 101 will be equal to reverse number that is stored, that is 102. If the 101 is equal to 102, then it will print it is not a palindrome, because 101 is not equal to 102. Then it will print as n is not a palindrome. This is all about the program of palindrome. Now we will go to the next program, that is to find whether a given number is, there are two programs in this, to check whether the number is odd or even. Then another question is positive or negative. If the user has entered some number, the number is to check the number has entered the user is odd or even. Now we will see the program, and if the user has entered the number as positive or negative, then we will see the program of that. program of that. Now we will see the palindrome output sh palindrome dot sh. Sorry, sh palindrome dot sh. Now it is asking the user to enter the number. I am entering the number as 494. Now it will print as palindrome number, because when we reverse that number also it is coming as the palindrome. For example, if we enter the number as number as 304. Now if we enter the number as 304, it will display as 304 is not a palindrome, because when we reverse that number, the number is 403. 403 is not equal to the user entered number, that is 304. So it will print as palindrome. Now I have told that we will discuss about odd or even number, how to check, and how to check the user has entered the positive or negative number in the program. Now let's discuss about that program. Now we will see the user has entered the odd or even number. How to check that, we will execute and explain how the process will be done in the program. Now the to know which program is, we are printing the statement as echo program to find out the number is positive or negative. After that, it is asking the user to enter the number which he want to know he was entered the number as positive or negative. Now here, if $n is greater than 0, here if the user has entered, for example, we all know that positive numbers will start from 1, 2 and so on. Then we all know that negative numbers will start from -1, -2, so on. Now 0 right side are the positive number, 0 left side are negative numbers in the graph. We all know that to check the number is positive or negative which has entered by the user, here the function is $n greater than 0. If the user has entered the number as 3, it will evaluate 3 is greater than 0 or not. Yes, 3 is greater than 0, because 0 is 0 left side number is 3, so 3 is positive number. Now it will check in the loop in statement, that is if statement, that is 3 is greater than 0 or not. Yes, 3 is greater than 0. Then it will come and print the number, print the statement as yes, 3 is positive number. Or if here the user has entered the number as -1, then -1 is greater than 0 or not, it will check. -1 is not greater than 0, because it is less than 0, that is negative. So then it will print the number as negative number. Now we will execute the program of positive or negative number sh dot sh. Now here it is asking here to print the statement which program we are executing. Program to find out the number is positive or negative, it is asking. If the user has entered the 4, now it will print 4 is positive or 4 is positive. Now we will see the program. Now you will see the program for odd or even number. For odd or even, to check the odd or even numbers, the even numbers are the divided. If the numbers all are divided by 2, that is known as even number. If the numbers are not divisible by 2, that is known as odd number. Now this is the program execution step by step. Now to know the program about that, we are printing the statements as program to find out the number is odd or even. Now echo enter the number. It will ask the user to enter the number to know the user has entered the number as odd or even. Now after entering the user's number, it will read, and if n divided by 2, if the user has entered the 4, if 4 is divisible by 2, yes, it will go by 2. 2 2s are 4, so it is divisible by 2. Now it will check. If 4 is divisible by 2, it is 2. Now 2, it will check, it is divisible by 2. Now it will check 2 is 2 is equal to 0, then it will print as a dollar, and that 4 is a even number, or else it will print as 4 is an odd number. This is the execution of this program, that is n divided by 2 is equal to 0. Then if the number is divisible by 2, that are known as even numbers. If the numbers are divisible by 2 are not, then it is an odd number. Now we'll execute the I will execute the So here the user has entered the 4 divided by 2, so it is divisible by 2. Then the remainder is 0. Then it will check the 0 is equal to 0. Yes, then it will print as even number. If the user has entered the number as 5, then it is 5 divided by 2. Then the remainder is 1. Then 1 is not equal to 0, so that will print as odd number. Now we will execute the program of odd or even as well as positive or negative at a time. Now enter the number. If the user has entered the -1, then it will print as -1 is negative number. To enter the number, I am entering the number as 5. Then 5 is the odd number, because 5 is not divisible by 2. The remainder is 1. So the 1 is not equal to 0, then it will print as odd number. If we enter the number as such, now we enter the number as 5, it will print the number is positive number, because 5 is greater than 0, so it will execute as positive number. If I enter the number as 6, 6 is divisible by 2, so that because the remainder is 0 of 6, then it will print as even number. Now we will go to the next question. Up to now we have checked about up to what we'll do in the palindrome program, and what is the and how to execute the number is a odd or even number, or positive or negative. Then now we will discuss about to print all the square numbers between 1 to 100. Now we will see the third question, that is to print all the square numbers between 1 to 100. Now we are printing the statement as program to print the square number between 1 to 100. Now the square number will start from we are starting from 1. To know the square number, 1 into 1 1, 2 into 2 4, 3 into 3 9. Now this is the program, how these are 3 into 3 9 are coming, and 2 into 2 are executing, that we will see in the program. Now in the question it is asked the number between 1 to 100, the square numbers between 1 to 100. So we will execute up to less than 100. Now this is the for loop. We are executing from 1, I equal to 1, I less than 100, and I plus plus. This is iteration. Do square root $I into $I. For example, if the number has taken as 1, then $I is 1 now. 1 into 1 1. Now it will come to if statement. Square root. Now in the square root variable, the number is stored as 1. Now it will check 1 is less than or equal to 100 or not. Yes, then it will come to equal statement and print square root of 1 equal to 1. Now again this is iteration, so it will go to 2, and 1 plus 1 it will execute next number, that is 2. Now I equal to 2. Now it will come to the square root part. Square root, this is the variable I have storing the result of the execution. Now I equal to 2. Now here the I value is 2, so it will 2 into 2 4. Now 4 is stored in the square root of the variable. Then it will come to the if statement, and it will check 4 is less than or equal to 100 or not. Yes, 4 is less than 100, so it will print square root of 2 is equal to 4. Now again it will execute. Now the I value is 3. Now it will come to the square root. Now it will check 3 into 3 9, and the 9 result it will be stored in square root. of the variable. Now it will come to the if statement, 9 is less than or equal to 100 or not. Yes, 9 is less than or equal to 100. Now it will come to the echo statement and print square root of 3 equal to 9, and I will be increased again, I equal to 4, again up to it will print up to 100. Now here 4 into 4 16, that 16 will be stored in square root of the variable. Then it will come to the echo statement and print square root of 4 equal to 16. Then it will execute up to the result equal to 100. Now 9 into 9 is 81. Now 81 is less than or equal to 100. Yes, then it will print square root of 9 is less than equal to 81. Now it will execute up to 10. Now 10 into 10 is 100. Now it reached to the for loop, that is I less than 100. Now it will print up to 100. Now it will check 100 is less than or equal to 100. Yes, 100 equal to 100. Now it will print square root of 10 equal to 100. If it will execute as 11, if the 11th scale is 121, 121 is less than or equal to 100. No, it is greater than 100. So it will exit and it will done. Now how we will check how this it will be done. Sh square dot sh. Now when we see here square root of 1 equal to 1, square root of 2 equal to 4, it will execute up to I less than or equal to 100. Now 10 into 10 is 100. It will stop the for loop and it will end. This is all about the square root number between, how to execute the square root of a number between 1 to 100. Now we will discuss next question. It is to find the sum of multiples of 3 and 5 between 1000. We will see how the sum of multiples of 3 and 5 below 1000 will execute. Now the multiplies are the meaning of multiplies of 3 is that are divisible by the numbers are divisible by 3 is known as multiplies. For example, the 3 is divisible by 3. Now again the 6 is divisible by 3. Again 9 is divisible by 3. These are the multiplies are, and so on up to 1000. What are the numbers are divisible by 3? That should be sum. For example, the 3 is divided by 3. Now 3 plus. Now 6 is divisible by 3. Now 6 plus, and up to which are divisible by 3, the number should be sum up to the 1000 below 1000 numbers. Now this is how the multiplies of 3 will be done. And to know the multiplies of 5, we know that the numbers which are divisible by 5 are known as multiplies of 5. For example, 5 is divisible by 5. Now again the 10 is divisible by 5. Again 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, so on up to 1000. Below 1000 numbers which are divisible by 5 below 1000, that should be sum up. For example, the 5 is divisible by 5. So 5 plus, then 10 is divisible by 5. 10 plus, up to this will be gone, sum up to below 1000 numbers. This is the explanation of this program. Now we will see step by step how this program will be executing. Now I am starting here sum equal to 0. Now I am taking the for loop because the question it is executing, that is we want the numbers below 1000 which are multiples of 3 and 5. Now iteration to go on up to I equal to increase the number I equal to 1, I equal to 3, so on up to below 1000 numbers. So iteration is important here to execute the next number and checking if we will after I equal to 1. Now it will check 1 divided by 3 or not. No, 1 is not divided by 3. Now it will not execute, and again it will iterate and it will check for 2, I equal to 2, and 2 is not divided by 3. Now again it will iterate and it will check I equal to 3. Now 3 is divisible by 3. Now it will go and sum up, that is 3 plus. Again it will go up to 6, and 6 is divisible by 3. Now 3 plus 6 plus up to again that if I equal to 9 comes to the I value, then that 9 will be divisible by 3 or not, it will check. 9 divided by 3, the remainder is equal to 0 or not, it will check. If it is equal to 0, then it will sum up 3 plus 6 plus 9, go on, so on. Then for the same process for the 5, if I equal to 1, then 1 is not divided by 5, so it will iterate again. to 2, and 2 is not divisible by 5. Now again it will iterate to 3. Now 3 is not divisible by 5. Now it is not multiply of 5. Now it will execute up to 5. Now 5 is divisible by 5. Yes, then it will sum up 5 plus. Again, if I comes to 10, then 10 is divisible by 5. Now the remainder equal to 0. Then it will sum up 5 plus 6, 5 plus 10 plus 15 plus 20 plus 25 plus, that the multiplies should be below 1000 numbers. Then after executing up to below 1000 numbers, then it should be the sum of multiples of 3 and 5 is up to 1000 numbers. Now we will execute this program. Now these are all the numbers which are multiplies of 3 and 5 is 980, which are below 1000 numbers. Below 1000 numbers, the multiplies of 3 and 5 are 990. This is all about the program of multiplies of 3 and 5 below 1000. Now we will go to the next program to find the greatest common divisor of two numbers. Now we will. So in this program, to find out the greatest common divisor from the two numbers, we have first we have to know the meaning, how the GCD will be happening in this program. To find the greatest common divisor, for example, we have taken the two numbers as 45 and 27. Now we have to take the 45 and we have to write the prime factorization of 45, and keep aside of that number of 45. Then the second number is 27. Now we have to write the factorization of 27. Now the 45 multiplies are 5. Sorry, the prime factorization of 45 is 5 into 3 into 3. That is 5 0 15, 53 is 45. So these are the numbers which are prime factorization of 45. Now for the 27, the numbers are 3 into 3 into 3. So we have to take the common number between these two numbers. In this, the common number is 9. You got 5 into 9 and 9 into 3. So in this, the common divisor is 9. So the GCD of 45 and 27 is 9. So we will check how the program will be executed and finding the GCD of the two numbers. Now echo statement to print the program to find greatest common divisor, and echo enter the first number. It will ask the user to enter the first number, and it will read the number of the user which he has entered the number of first, and it will ask again to enter the second number, and it will read the second number which the user has entered. Now we will check for I equal to 1, I less than equal to $n1. The user, if the user has entered the number as 45, now it will check I less than 45, and then the answer and I less than equal to 27 and I plus plus, and it will check if n1 divisible by I, that is if I equal to, it will go on up to if the user has entered the 45, if the number is divisible by I, that is 45 is divisible by I, the remainder is equal to 0, and that is the GCD. Then that are the prime factorization of that number. So here, if they for example, if I equal to 1, then 45 1 is not the prime factorization. So it will execute, and if the I value become 40, if I value is become 5, then 45 divided by 5, yes, it is divisible. So the remainder is equal to 0. Then the prime factorization of 45 is 5. Then 5. Now it will execute again the 3, and 3 is divisible by, then 3 is divisible by 45. So again it will execute again 3, again it will be divisible by 45. So the prime factorization of 45 is 5 into 3 into 3. Now it will store. Now it will come to the 27, that is the user has entered the n2 value as 27. Now it will also check if the I value is divisible by 27 or not. that is only the prime factors of that number. Only the prime number should be divisible by the user's number. And if the remainder equal to 0, then the common number between this 45 and 27 is the GCD number. Then it will store in the GCD variable. Then it will be the greatest common divisor is equal to. Now we will check. Now here it is asking 12. I am entering second number as 20. Now the common divisor is 4 between these numbers. This is all about the 5 programs we have discussed today. Now we will go to the programs again. And in the first program we have checked about if the user has entered the number is palindrome or not. To check that we have done with an we have done with an explanation of that program to find the palindrome or not. If the user has entered the palindrome of 494, that 494 should be checked with the inbuilt function of reverse. If the 494 is reverse, if the for example, if the user has entered the 101, it will reverse. 101 will be reverse to 102, and the 102 will be in the some uh, s- some palindrome variable. And that reverse number, it will check the user's number is equal to or not. The user has entered the number as 101, but we have reversed that number that is stored in the palindrome is 201. So that 101 is not equal to 201. So 102, sorry, the user has entered 102, and it will reverse and it will come to 201, and it will be stored in palindrome. Then in the next if statement, it will check that 101 is equal to 201 or not. Then it is not equal, so it will print is not a palindrome number. This is all about the trick of this program to check the palindrome or not. To check the order even number, we have executed the program of the output as well as, and we have explanation of that. To check the number is order even, the trick is if the number is divisible by 2, that are known as even numbers, and which are not divisible by 2, the numbers all are known as odd numbers. I have executed them. To check the number is positive or negative, if the user has entered the number is greater than 0, that is right side of the numbers all are known as positive numbers, and the all are 0 left side numbers are known as negative numbers. If the user has entered the 0 greater than number, then it should be printed as positive number. If the user has entered the negative number 0 left side number, and it should print as negative number. We have executed that. To print all the numbers between 1 to 100, to square the numbers up to 100, we have executed that 1 into 1 1 1, 2 into 2 4, 4 into 4 16, and 16 we have executed that less than 100 or not. We have checked the output. If the 10 into 10 is equal to 100, then 100 is equal to 100, so it will exit up to 100. And we have done that program. To find the sum of multiplies of 3 and 5 below 1000, and we have seen that the sum of multiples of 3 and 5. So the multiples of 3 and 5 are 3 6 3 6 9 and so on. That should be sum up to 1000 below numbers. And we have discussed about which the numbers which are divisible by 5, that should be sum up and up to below 1000 numbers. And it should be print out that the sum of multiples of 3 and 5 is 990. We have seen that output. And the next program is to find the greatest common divisor. We have discussed that how to find out the greatest common divisor. And first we have to write the, if here the input value is 25, now then 25 will be, now we will write the prime factorization of 25, and we will keep aside. And again we will write the prime factorization of 15. Now we will check the common divisor of this 25 and 15, then that is known as GCD. And we have seen the output of the 12 and 20. Now this is all about the exercise 3 programs 5 we have discussed. Now this is we have executed all the programs as well as we have given the output. And we will last class we have discussed about the experiment 2. Now next we will discuss about experiment 4 in later videos. Thank you.